Calcium is the mineral your skeleton stores like scaffolding, but it is also the signal mineral for muscle contraction, nerve firing, clotting, and a steady heartbeat. So when someone treats a calcium bottle as a bone-only shortcut, they are already misunderstanding the job. The body keeps blood calcium tightly controlled. If diet falls short, bone becomes the emergency reserve. Your calcium balance is a team sport. Vitamin D helps you absorb it, parathyroid hormone, and the kidneys decide whether to conserve it or pull from bone, and diet decides how much arrives in the first place. Calcium alone cannot outvote that whole control board. That is why a lonely pill rarely transforms bone outcomes when vitamin D, protein, or loading are missing.
Okay, but half the internet makes it sound like more calcium automatically means denser bones and fewer breaks. If that were true, wouldn't everyone just megadose and call it a day? I keep seeing shorts that treat the bottle like fracture armor.
Exactly. Lifetime calcium adequacy helps protect against osteoporosis risk, but calcium alone cannot solve bone health. Resistance loading, fall prevention, vitamin D status, and medical risk assessment carry as much practical weight as the mineral itself. Think of calcium as necessary scaffolding, not the entire construction crew.
So, if I am trying to cover this without turning my kitchen into a pharmacy, where should the calcium actually come from first? And which foods are overrated on social media because they look green and virtuous?
Dairy is still the easiest absorbable source for many people. Fortified plant milks, tofu, cereals, and canned salmon or sardines with soft bones are excellent backups. Leafy greens help, but spinach and rhubarb are oxalate traps. Lots of calcium on paper, much less available after binding. Steam or sauté instead of long boiling if you want to keep more minerals in the vegetables you do use. A recent plant-forward meal trial in young children did not crash calcium intake, but bone turnover markers still shifted. That is a reminder. Changing the food pattern can nudge bone metabolism even when the nutrient checklist looks okay on paper. Compositional calcium in leafy vegetables can look impressive in lab tables, yet anti-nutrients and the whole diet pattern still decide what bone actually sees.
Then, why do people still reach for a big calcium tablet with dinner? Is food calcium and supplement calcium even doing the same thing in the gut? Or are we pretending a bolus is just a condensed yogurt cup?
Food and supplements can both raise intake, but they do not behave identically. Absorption is better when you keep elemental calcium to about 500 milligrams or less at a time. If you need more total, split doses instead of swallowing yesterday's antacid stack all at once. Your gut simply handles smaller packets more efficiently than one heroic dump.
Who is the calcium pill actually for, then? Because I keep hearing both, everyone over 40 needs this and supplements are useless, and those cannot both be the full story. Where is the middle lane for a normal adult who just eats unevenly?
Right? The useful lane is gap filling, not universal primary prevention theater. Preventive guidance on calcium or calcium plus vitamin D for community fracture prevention is narrower than supplement ads imply. So do not treat a bottle as automatic fracture insurance. If your diet already covers needs and your fracture risk is low, more powder is not automatically more protection.
If someone does need a patch, does the form matter, citrate versus carbonate, or is that just expensive label noise designed to make the fancy bottle look smarter?
Form matters. Calcium citrate is pricier and absorbs well on a full or empty stomach. Calcium carbonate is cheaper, often hiding in antacids, and absorbs better with food. Read elemental calcium on the supplement facts panel, not just the compound weight on the front of the bottle, because those two numbers are not the same thing. And timing is not just about food. Calcium can interfere with absorption of thyroid medication, iron, and some antibiotics. If those are on your list, separate them on a clinician or pharmacist schedule instead of guessing at the kitchen counter. A well-meant morning stack can quietly blunt a drug you actually need.
How would I even know a calcium change is helping? Am I waiting for a denser DEXA someday? Or is there a shorter signal that I close the gap without overdoing it? I do not want to chase a vibes-based glow-up metric.
In rehab research after knee replacement, high-intensity resistance work plus a nutrition pack that included calcium improved strength more than muscle mass. That fits the bigger lesson. Calcium is a support cast, not the starring athlete. Training stimulus still does the remodeling work, and minerals ride along as part of the recovery environment.
What about kidney stones? People argue online that calcium pills cause stones, then someone else says food calcium prevents them. Which side should scare me into a doctor's visit before I keep self-dosing from the antacid aisle?
If you have kidney disease or dialysis constraints, calcium is not a casual wellness knob. Even nutrition education trials in dialysis show mixed, uncertain effects on serum calcium, which is exactly why that population needs renal dietetics, not internet dose charts. Knowledge gains are real. Unsupervised mineral tinkering is not the takeaway. Vitamin D is the absorption partner, which is why milk is fortified and why bone plans usually check both. High-dose vitamin D experiments can rarely jostle serum calcium, so more D plus more calcium is not a free upgrade. Monitor when doses get aggressive. Partnership is smart. Dual megadosing is a different sport.
Last practical check. If my multivitamin, protein powder, and antacids all list calcium, should I still add a dedicated bone bottle? Or is that how people accidentally stack themselves into trouble without noticing the total?
So the clean decision is simple. Cover calcium from food first. Add a modest split-dose supplement only when a real gap or osteoporosis plan says so. Keep vitamin D and strength training in the story. Enhanced on history, kidney disease, high calcium, or medication clashes to a clinician. Calcium is foundational, not a more is better bone lottery ticket you win by stacking every bottle in the aisle.